and not only in some research way, and also we want to cooperate with industry, cooperation with other members like interested in RChain or interested in the blockchain industry. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Quick question.
Thank you.
Will.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Enzo. And so, Xiaozhao, where are you based, if you can tell us? Oh, and what's your background? You're from tech or marketing management or what?
Okay, our major member based in Beijing, China, and my background is I work in cloud computing industry in China, and the background all of our background is major in computer science, but in different industry like medical industry and also AI and cloud computing industry. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Any questions?
I think no. And then Freya, are you there?
Hi, I'm Freya.
Can you make a brief introduction of yourself?
I'm from Civei Investment and Management Company, and we're based in Hangzhou. I'm the assistant of Fang Weihe, and Fang Weihe is my boss. And right now we are working on the cooperation of RChain, between RChain and us. And Diana told me that they are finalizing the memorandum of understanding between us, and our cooperation approaches are like community, RChain Chinese community management and promotion, and like roll-on training in China, and we are working on that. And that's all about us. We are a blockchain-related company, and we also do blockchain investment.
Okay, thank you. I think we will discuss more about this later, okay? And let's jump to the next one. Jimmy, are you there, Jimmy? Jimmy Cook? Jimmy?
Hey, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'll even give a video. I work for RChain, and so I got to meet Jonathan and Ian and Kit back in February. And so I just facilitate and evangelize. And for the last 2 weeks, I've been working on a network in the reflective offices in Pioneer Square. So basically, people come to me when they need something done. If you look at the Boulder, Colorado video footage up on YouTube, you'll see a fairly bald guy running around with a microphone. And, nothing is beneath me or above me to try and help. That's how I fit into RChain.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jimmy. And Kevin Valentine? Are you there, Kevin Valentine?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Valentine. I'm one of the venture partners with Reflective Ventures. That's the ecosystem development fund for RChain. I'm based out of New York. Currently have been in Seattle over the summer, and I am here to listen in and hear what it is that our co-op members in Asia are interested in. Additionally, our team just came back from a trip in Asia, South Korea, China, and we got a lot of feedback. And so I just wanted to see if there was anything that I could answer or share some of that feedback.
Okay, thank you. We are going to talk about this later. Okay. Yes. Hello. Can you hear me? Can you?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm sorry. That's fine. We can talk about it later.
Okay. 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 Let's going going through the agenda, and we are going to talk about first. We have some RChain updates, and you are encouraged to keep up the RChain weekly Debrief on YouTube and in the timestamp summary on Medium. And RChain all-member meeting will be on October 24th in Seattle. There will be on-site and remote voting on nomination for RChain Cooperative Board and Board Initiative. I hope everybody will know about that. It's quite important for the RChain co-op, I think. And keep an eye on it, and remember to vote for the details, the staff from the board. Okay, and the second details for secure blockchain-based remote voting to be announced. Anybody have something to say about that? About this announcement? So no for now. Okay. And RCon 3 is going to be held in Berlin September 3 to 6. And the scholarship support for travel and lodging and legitimate expense is closing midnight. Is closing on midnight at midnight on August 6th PST. Everybody, if you don't have applied to the scholarship, please do that, and you can find that in the find the URL there. Okay, you can find the URL in the agenda, and you must have all the passport and visa requirement already arranged and verified to qualified. Okay. Anybody have questions about that? Okay. Then we are going to the next one. And the validators. Validators are very essential for success of RChain launch. We are looking for the validators to take part in the launch of testnet during RCon 3. If anybody has any contacts and any interest about being a validator, please go to the RCon 3. Yes, and we are going to do the testnet launch during the RCon 3. If you have interest about that, please come, and that's it. And I think 80 billion lock will be made available for sale to those who want to be the stake validators. And
may I make a statement, please?
yes, of course.
On point B, in order to participate in the testnet, my suggestion would be to participate in the weekly calls, the weekly node stand-up calls that happen on, I think it might be on Tuesdays at 7 a.m.
Yeah, it's Tuesday
time. Yeah, I think that's like the best way to start. I wouldn't suggest going to Berlin and then trying to stand up a node. So that would be one suggestion. The second one is on point C. It's 80 million rock, not $80 million of rock. So
okay, thank you. Thank you for the comment.
Hey, and by the way, that was Kevin. He's way cooler than Jamie. You can just hear it in his voice.
Okay. Thank you for the correction.
Kevin, you're supposed to laugh.
Yeah, no, I chuckled. I'm sorry, Jamie. Jamie is I know Jamie well. Jamie's always got jokes.
Okay, thanks.
He always keeps
Thank
us
you.
smiling. So, and then the other point that I would make, I'm sorry, you'll get to it, but I just wanted, since this is being recorded, that point E, this is not I know it's being called a prospectus, but the document draft is actually validation on the RChain network. A prospectus has a legal connotation, and we have to be careful that we don't refer to anything that could suggest that rock is a security.
Ever, yeah.
Okay. And the draft is not a legal thing. And okay. And what about the point D? I'm going to read it. Validated FAQ is available at RChain developer website. It is being updated frequently. And please send all the possibility interested candidate validators there for information and to sign up. If everybody who might find some candidate validators, please guide them to the website and sign up there. Okay. And Jamie has talked about the draft. The draft is still the prospectus is still a draft. Is not a legal thing. So I'm not going to talk about this. I'm not really familiar with it. And the first of two validator focus group was led by Greg Meredith last week. A second by invitation group is being held this week. Yes, does anybody has any questions about this? The date, I believe, last night about...
It was today.
Yes, it was today. Yes, I think it's already...
For the upcoming one? For the upcoming one?
For the second one, yeah, it happened today.
I think there is no upcoming one. There have been only two focus group meetups. Oh, no, not meetups, callings.
Mm-hmm.
So the last one was last night in China, but last Monday in America, I think.
Right, that's today.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think so.
I was there, and I heard a lot of discussion and questions, but I never really posted one because I think the document is clear in some way. So the only question I have is about the monetary expansion, and because that's something that I never learned about before this document. So if anyone wants to talk about it or know more details about it, maybe please speak out.
Okay. Does anybody has questions about this one? Okay, I'm going.
Well,
Any
so
question?
my suggestion would be to comment in the document if you have a specific question.
Okay. Oh, I'm going on. The China update. I have invited Freya, the AGM of Sivui Invest, to participate this meeting, and they want to help build up the RChain community in China and help the Roland teaching here. Maybe we can talk a little bit more about this, Freya.
Hi. Just a
do-
few updates
do you
on our
guys-
side. Yeah. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a few updates here. And right now we are introducing RChain to a Chinese government-owned enterprise. And they are very interested in RChain. And they are focusing on commodity traceability and security, and they hope to cooperate with us. And our CTO is discussing the cooperation with a university in Hangzhou about roll-on training. And we are also working with a team, community promotion team, and we plan to for large promotion of RChain Chinese community members. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Freya. Anybody has questions?
First of all, I want to thank you very much, Freya. This is such a key thing that we need to be doing globally. And especially as Rolang is a new programming language and in many ways a new paradigm. So I'm very, very happy to hear about that progress. That's very exciting.
Thank you.
Okay, this is Enzo, and I have maybe 1 or 2 questions. The government-run company that you mentioned, is it possible to speak of the name? Yeah. Did anyone hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we heard you. I think it's Sway. Is that the name? The CIWEI?
No, it's the name of the investment company. It's not the potential partner they Freya just mentioned. Freya?
Can you give Freya? Can you give
maybe
a
she
little
muted.
bit?
They are not very convenient to show their name because
Okay,
they want to do that.
no problem.
To form a new company, and they are focusing on wine.
Okay, so okay, here's my further question. So how are they gonna apply RChain?
Yeah,
I mean,
they are focusing on commodity traceability and security.
okay, cool. I get it.
And they are A-share listed company, so they are maybe not convenient to show their name right now.
Okay.
Yeah, just for your information, A-share means the stock market of China.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the New York stock market of China.
And they're producing wine.
Okay, thank you.
If and when an agreement gets signed, I think it'd be interesting if they were to speak to one of our portfolio companies, a company that's going to be building on RChain, which is Expansive. It's XPANSIV, and Expansive does provenance for commodity items. And so that could be anything from agricultural to oil and gas, et cetera. So I think that'd be interesting if there may be an opportunity to discuss, as you all already starting to talk about RChain as a blockchain. And we have a company that may be a good fit.
Yeah, I've related this to Diana and Kenny in the email before.
Oh, specifically about Expansive?
Not yet. You mean the cost?
The company.
The company name is Expansive. And they are doing something just like you. Right, Kevin?
Yes, that's right.
So maybe there's some connection between some relationship you can cooperate, I think, right? There's some ways you can cooperate and share the information.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Diana tomorrow.
Okay, okay. So we are clear now. Okay.
Still a question about the training part. Sorry, Will.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, still to Freya, what is your plan? I mean, have you recruited some tutors or teachers on Roland, and when will be the first session you open for Roland training?
The exact beginning date is not quite sure. We are discussing this with the university in Hangzhou, and if it is okay, and we will manage the following.
Thank you. That's it.
Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, we are going to the next one, I think.
Okay.
Yes, and I have set up a work group to facilitate message update. Because Freya has and I have talked about this, she complained about the message is quite slow to reach to China. Some of the groups they don't they don't update the message quite frequently, and not the message is not the newest one. And so I have set up the group to maybe to spread to update the message more frequently. And I have included the RChain site maintainers, sports chart, and 2 WeChat official account maintainer, and also the web blog maintainer. Angel, you are there too, but I have I haven't spoke anything there, so you guys may not know now. Okay, so I think we will go on. I'm going to invite you to Freya. I'm going to do that maybe later, and that's it for that. Anyone has questions about that?
Yeah, I have a question. I know that some feedback that we received during the Asia trip was about the fact that we didn't have a WeChat group. And so I had asked this question in our Telegram, and I believe Mervin said that he had a Telegram group and had posted the QR code for that group. Is that group that Mervin posted the same group that we're talking about now, or is it a different group?
No, it's not.
No. I think it's the same. We have 2 groups, and Mervin has asked me about that. I believe the QR code he sent you is which I gave Mervin. Mervin has asked me about that. Mervin is not here, but I think it's the same group. But we have 2 WeChat officer group here in China, and yes.
Okay, let me clarify something here. There is something in WeChat called official account, but it's not really official. I mean the RChain China official account is not the really official of RChain, but it's the product name. It's just WeChat's naming policy that they name this official. It's something like subscription. So you subscribe it and you get updates from this source timely. And for now, there, at least as I know, there are 2 WeChat groups there. One is hosted by C. I don't know his Chinese name, just C. Qian Haichen, I mean. I'm not sure. And the other one is originally hosted by Ethan Li Chen, who is the CEO of UB Capital. And then since we're friends and we're co-workers, and I am very engaged in RChain, so he transferred the ownership to me. And the WeChat group is called WeChat 爱好者. 爱好者 means fans or enthusiast. And so for now, there are only 2 major WeChat groups in China. And one thing not so convenient about WeChat is as soon as the group member is above 100, the QR code would not work. Maybe it's because of some spamming control policy. You can only be invited by someone who is already in the group. Okay, so that's it.
Okay, thanks for the explanation. Everybody is clear that now. Xiao Zhang is one of the member of HCL team.
It's still not clear to me, and I don't know if it is to anyone else. But if there is no official account, has the account been sanctioned by the marketing team at the co-op that generally, is the one that says what accounts are official? And then the second, okay, so then can we liaise with Patrick McGuire in order to do so?
Yes, we can do that.
And then the second thing is, if I wanted to join, how would I get invited? What's the process for people who want to join once it's past 100?
And there are two groups, two kinds of two kinds of things you're talking about. Is the first thing is WeChat official account is for update message, and there is another one is a WeChat group. It's two different things. WeChat group, if you have more than 100 person in the group, you have to get the invitation. And for the WeChat official account, you can just scan the QR code to subscribe. It's like a subscribe. You can subscribe and you can get a message update from the WeChat official account. It's two different things. And I think the WeChat official account is what we want, and we can help the promotion of it. Normally, the WeChat group is just for normal, like a Telegram, like a WeChat official account is more like a medium. We publish the article, and the ones who subscribe the account, you can read the updates. Is that more clear now?
Yes,
Kevin?
Thank you.
Okay, so back to the marketing one, and I think we can make. I don't know. We have two officer accounts, so we are going to discuss this with Patrick, I think, later. Okay, so we jump to the next one now. Okay, and anybody has questions about that? Okay, we're going to the next one. Kevin, update on the reflective venture involvement at Korea. You want to talk about this?
Sure. I can share just a few brief anecdotes. A couple of things. I think first, what was the most interesting feedback is that there is a lot of pent-up demand for hearing more about RChain. The frequent theme whenever discussing RChain was that they don't hear enough information. And so I think that I would like to reconcile the efforts between what's happened with the bounty system and the translations and how that messaging is being pushed. I know there's been a lot of effort around people translating Medium posts, the weekly updates, etc. But for some reason, that information doesn't seem to get distributed out to people. So either there is an issue with, or it could be several things. It could be an issue with both the way that we push information out and the way that our information is available to get searched. So I think that was a really clear theme. Another theme was that people are very interested in validating the network. And so what is important for people who are interested is understanding, at least those that are going to be validating the network at a very large stake. It's really important that they understand that the network architecture of how testnet and mainnet is being planned is really thorough. And so we received a lot of technical questions about network architecture, hardware, et cetera. And so some of that is still being developed. So in order for them to be comfortable with putting forth the investment in hardware, they need to understand the economics, obviously. And so that gets back to the questions about staking rewards, transaction fees, et cetera. So the more input that, questions that we have on that proposal that was set out there, I urge everyone to get their comments in so that we can get some answers back to help with the information that's available for people that are interested in being validators. And I think generally the feedback is the same across different regions of Asia. They just want more information, and they're really keen on seeing the project succeed. So we need to do all that we can to really push this information out there for them.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. Anybody has questions about this? So let's go to the next one. Jonathan, any update from Bangkok?
Yeah, I liked what Kevin just did in terms of sharing some observations as opposed to going into specifics. My observations were that as I've gone to more and more blockchain conferences, I've become more and more convinced about the clear technological superiority of RChain, but simultaneously the dearth of knowledge about RChain. Generally, the more sophisticated the party is, the more likely they are to know about RChain already. And if they are sophisticated and haven't heard about RChain and hear a properly technically directed spiel, their eyes open wide and they get exceedingly excited. So in that second category, I was able to recruit to getting into the RChain membership a brilliant young female mathematician, 2 people that run very sophisticated dev shops, and some other folks. With respect to some specifics, one of the parties that I met that was very interesting was a fellow named Rex Yeap, Y-E-A-P, and he is the co-founder of the European Blockchain Hub, which, counter to its name, is actually meant to be an axis of influence between European blockchain community and the Asian blockchain community. And they're working with the United Nations and several large municipalities like Berlin and several in Asia, as well as in educational institutions. So they want to work on getting blockchain curricula into universities. They want to work with organizations like RChain, and they were very excited. So I'm working on getting an RChain collaboration to their board for consideration on August 8th for us to become a member of their team. Let's see. Kevin, this might be of interest to you. I managed to track down Thomas Lee, formerly of Goldman Sachs, now with Fundstrat.
I'm not familiar with him.
Okay.
Tell me more. I'm interested.
Okay, this was a contact, I guess, from Manal, I think, said, please chase him down if you can. At any rate, he was formerly a big player in Goldman Sachs, and now he's in the crypto space. His organization is called Fundstrat, F-U-N-D-S-T-R-A-T. He was very interested in speaking, but I caught him on the last hour of the last day, and by time, and he just disappeared. So I'm going to be following up with him. Clearly super connected. And then there were a couple of application projects that seemed really, really compelling. One was Reitium, R-E-I-T-I-U-M, which is a decentralized real estate investment play. And they were very sophisticated and very well put together. They're currently on Hyperledger Sawtooth, but they may be movable. And then there was, and I'll just leave it at that. I think those are the most compelling things to share. But again, I walked out of there with about 40 business cards, and I'm filling up my spreadsheet to do outreach.
Okay, thank you, Jonathan. Anybody has questions about this? So what about Kid? Kid, how is the career meetup? Kid, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. I had a disappointing meetup last week. It was it turned out to be a meetup for new investors. So it was a lot of rather simple stuff for people who were just getting into the crypto investment scene, and I was hoping to meet more advanced players in the community, but it's kind of the wrong meetup. But I did talk to some people who I met at previous meetups, and it seems that Japan, or at least Tokyo, I should say, is primarily focused on fintech. And I have not met any developers or any miners, and I've asked people, where are the developers? And they look at me with a sort of blank expression on their face, and it really seems like Tokyo is more business development than tech. Now, it could be that some other city like Osaka or something is more techy, and Tokyo is more business or something, but it's been disappointing in terms of finding new validators or something. They must be here somewhere, but so far I haven't tracked down a connection. But I will keep working on it. I'm going to another meetup this evening, and that one is again a fintech meetup, but I'm hoping I can make some inroads into the technical part of it. And
okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Is it done?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Keith. And I have attended a conference in Guangzhou on July 29th. I also would say that it's a disappointing conference. There's not too many things valuable there, and I have left the conference early because it's really nothing. But I have observation about the promotion in China. And if we want to make some progress in China, we have to maybe have some relationship with the government. I don't know that maybe, and I think Freya has already has some relationship with the government-owned company. Maybe she will provide more choices for us and more opportunities. I'm looking forward to it. Okay. And that's all for me. And Mervyn is not here. And he is recruiting miners in Kuala Lumpur today. So I think no updates for him today. And the upcoming Asia conference and meetings. Jonathan is going to Chiang Mai August 1 to 5 to visit the dev teams and miners. Jonathan, anything you want to say about that?
No, that is sufficient for now.
Okay, thank you. And Tusha will attend in block conference in Hyderabad. Tusha, are you there?
Yep.
Do you want to talk about this?
Well, it's I'm not really sure what to expect. Again, this is something that is the event is in collaboration with the government of India, and I mean the conference seems to have some decent projects, decent sponsors, some decent speakers. I'll update you following this weekend in terms of what the response was. Beyond that, I got connected to one of the funds in Singapore that has a significant stake in RChain, but have not been actively looking at staking so far. They're kind of taking a passive approach. But what I'll do is I'll connect Jonathan to the partner at this fund with the significant stake to carry the conversation forward. So these guys participated in the initial sale and also bought some blocks subsequent to the initial sale. So I think they should be a good stakeholder to get connected to. But I'll take this offline with John and connect him to the name of the fund is Chain Rock.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Tushar.
Yes.
Maybe Kevin can chime in with us too. The highest priorities I feel for conferences right now are finding candidate high quality validators, and B, Scala developers or people that may become interested in coding and Roland.
Sure, I'll keep that in mind.
And Kevin, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, Jonathan, that's spot on. The other thing that I was going to mention to Shar is that I know someone who's also going to be attending. And so really good people who know, solid folks, they're coming up with an app that they're going to have running on RChain. So they'll be leaving from here in the next few days to head over to India. So if there's an opportunity that you'll be there, I'd like to connect you to another community member.
Absolutely. I will be there.
That's great. Working at conference is always better as a buddy team.
Absolutely.
100%.
Okay. Tushar, do you want to maybe just ping me here in Zoom your email and I'll send you a note?
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you. And Peter Harris from Resonate will be attending the platform cooperation. Peter Harris, are you there? I don't think he's here. Okay.
No, it's like 5 in the morning in Berlin. I don't think he may make calls.
Okay. So let's leave it there.
Well, I'm going to interrupt because I think we forgot to mention one thing about the China update, community update. Yeah, we'll just create it or set up a QQ group for node testing.
Yes.
But that's mainly for Chinese because we're talking Chinese. And the QQ group number I'm gonna post here, or someone could add it to the Google Docs. This is so if you want to set up a node or participate in the weekly community test, and if you want to know more about it or you have some technical problem, just add it. We can discuss and help you or help each other.
Thank you, Enzo. I forgot that. Thank you so much.
I'm not sure about QQ. I think there is an international version of QQ. So no, that might need your local phone number, but I don't think Chinese phone number is necessary. And yeah, hope that answers your question. Yeah, that's it.
Yes, thank you, Enzo. Really, thank you. I forgot that. Enzo and I is maintaining this QQ group. If you want to participate in the node testing, please let us know. And if you have any questions, please ask. And thank you. And that's it. And the RChain. Let's get back to the RChain Asia community building. Status, progress in recruiting Asian RChain fans to become paying RChain member. And I don't know, anybody has want to talk about this? I I don't know. And the point B, I think In is here. I want to. We want to create an RChain Asia channel in Discord. I want to do that, and I think it's better for us to to discuss things about RChain Asia. And
Okay, you got it.
Okay, then okay. Thank you. No, Chinese channel is RChain Asia channel. Okay, let's jump to the next one. And we need to ensure there is a complete Mandarin version of new RChain co-op website. And Kid, I think you are the developer of the new RChain co-op website, right? Is this one talking about your RChain co-op website?
Well, I'm not the developer, but it's people in marketing who are working on it.
I am actually working on it together with Kevin, so I could probably discuss with you about that, Will, specifically, or if you just elaborate and take it from there.
And I think I can help build up the completely Mandarin one. I'm a developer too, and I think we have to discuss more details later. Okay. Question, right?
Peter.
Hey, Will.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Hey, Will.
Yes.
Will, or anyone else from the Chinese-speaking community? I've never really looked at Chinese websites very much and really thought about layout considerations, design considerations. Is it relatively easy to just flow Mandarin text into an existing template from an English localized website, or are the conventions for the layout and the design completely different generally?
Okay. I would prefer, or I would suggest we just keep the layout. I mean, everything there, and just translate the texts.
Okay, great.
I agree with that. Yes.
And yeah, I am willing to help as well because I have translated some stuff about RChain, and I think I am qualified for doing that.
Okay, and I also have another general question. When speaking of the languages, is it better to say Chinese generally or to specify Mandarin?
I think in most cases it's the same thing. Only if you are speaking to someone speak the Mandarin and someone who speak Cantonese. That's the circumstance you should differentiate these two things.
Okay, so in general, just saying Chinese is correct. But if you speak to somebody from Canton or Hong Kong, then going out of your way to refer to Cantonese is
yeah. But if they are all Hong Kongese, so to them Chinese is Cantonese. Sometimes I believe. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So it would be also good to have a Mandarin version. Yes, a developer RChain co-op website, and maybe host Mandarin forums. And actually, I have talked about this with I don't know who a few months ago, but he doesn't reply to me about that. I don't know. Anybody has questions? Want to discuss this?
I am up to the idea of creating a Chinese version of the develop pages, but I'm not so up to the idea of hosting Chinese forums because I have seen so many blockchain projects which have Chinese forums, but none of them is active. I mean, none. Even the Ethereum, that should be considered the biggest community in this space, in the blockchain space. But people just don't talk there. They don't go there. If they have questions, they go to QQ or WeChat or just the Chinese fan sites. So and to developers, I think most of developers are capable of reading or writing Chinese. English, especially for the technical stuff. So so for these reasons, I don't think it's necessary to really set up a forum, a developer forum in other languages, because English is just so common here.
So definitely not forums in Chinese. And what about the wrapping developer.RChain co-op website? Should there be a Chinese version of that, or not bother?
Yeah, I am up to that, because most contents in those pages are static, so they wouldn't change so frequently, and there wouldn't be so many updates, and it's easier because if you, I start developing or get my hands dirty from the beginning. This developer.RChain.coop is the first page, the 101 page that I'm going to visit. So I think if we have a Chinese, Korean, Japanese language, it could be it could make them feel more comfortable or welcome. That shouldn't be very hard, I think, because the content that is not so much.
While we're on this topic, what about the blog?
The blog?
You mean the Medium? Do you mean the Medium?
No, the actual official RChain blog.
Oh, blog. Sorry, I heard it as blog. That's a tricky issue. I have thought about it. You know, for people who really care about RChain, I mean, someone who is willing to read the blogs weekly or every 2 weeks, I think they don't. The language is not a barrier to them. I mean, even if I'm not good at English, I can still use Google Translate or just ask someone about things that I'm not sure.
In this front row, but if you can grab something to eat, drink, and start to head this direction, we're going to go in just a few minutes. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I think the time is not enough here, right? And we will discuss this more later, maybe in the Discord channel after the RChain Asia is set up. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. And the status of last week action item. The update, the official. Yes, I have forgot to do that. I have already added it into my to-do list. I'm pretty sure I will. And it's kind of hard to update and to put a QR code in the website, official website. And Peter and I agree with that. It's not cool to put the QR code in the website, and maybe we will come up with some other ways to do that. And the press, Jamie from RChain Co-op, is doing the analysis of rating article. I don't know, Jamie.
Yeah, basically, I'm just going to deconstruct it, take a look at some different comparisons that they've made, find out why they gave us a B instead of the A, understand what the A would entail, right? The grade they gave us, and also I'm working on value propositions and ways to simplify an understanding of RChain and the opportunity it is as a validator. And so I think the two fit together. they think we are a B versus an A, and then how to position the propositions of why be a validator against some of those differences. So, yeah, that's just going to chop it up and take a look at the little bits.
Okay, thank you. And I think that's all for this week. Anybody has questions? What's the link to the document? You can find the link in the agenda, I think, Kevin.
I'll send it to you too, Kevin. I just got it.
Okay,
today.
thanks.
Thanks for joining, Kevin.
Okay,
Glad to
any
have you.
questions? Thanks for coming.
Yeah, no, thank you for inviting me, guys.
And thanks. See you next week.
Yeah, good meeting. You really covered a lot. Good job.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you,
Bye.
Will. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye. See you guys.